What is happening, people? I hope everybody's good. It's been a minute since I've had a YouTube recorded and since I've been here with you guys. I've just been absolutely flat out, guys. So the last YouTube video that I put out was obviously the Amateur Olympia. I don't even think I closed it off. I think I just finished on stage. I was just that buzzing when I got off stage that the camera just went straight in the bag, went and got packed and got home to the family and stuff. And wow, it's just been a whirlwind since. It's been 5 weeks since we started recovery. Recovery's now finished and we are now back into off-season. I am waiting on my blood panel coming back. But the blood panel that I had done, peak stress, peak prep, was pretty bang on, to be fair. I've seen some natural clients of mine who have had worse blood panels than what mine was at peak cycle. Now, obviously, if you follow Cuba's page, you will have seen that the assistants didn't actually go very high this year, which kept me in a relatively decent spot, stress-free, or minimal stress anyway. So I didn't really need that big recovery phase on the end. Blood work will be back over the next couple of days, I'd imagine. It's been away for almost a week now. Huge panel with the magnesium and stuff, so it does take a little bit of time to come back. But once that comes back and confirms that everything's good to go, off-season will be truly underway. So that is kind of what's been happening. You've not really missed much, guys. You've not really missed much apart from the creamies back in. Everybody wants a tutorial on how we get the big jaggy head on it, so that will be coming. I might even catch it later on today if I have time on this same episode, so stay tuned. If not, it will definitely follow in one after today. Plan of attack for today. So I have boxed off client work already. It's 11:30. I've been on the check-ins from 4:30 this morning because I knew today was going to be a busy day. The family are away in Turkey. Emma and the kids are away to Turkey for a 2-week all-inclusive holiday. So I've got time. I've got time to do what I need to get done, and I've got time to go and train where I want to train. So today we are going to Limitless in Cumbernauld. It's leg day, so we're going there to make use of the Gym Leco leg press, the Gym Leco hack squat, and all the other good bits of kit that are there. So I'll be popping in there. I will be recording the session, and yeah, hopefully a little bit of value. Again, because I'm not in prep anymore, it's more so I need to get a bit of structure in place for the YouTube, because I know all you guys like watching it. I do genuinely like recording it as well, but it's just an absolute thought when you don't know what to record, because then it's just like you feel like you're just taking people through your day. Who wants to just watch your day? There has to be some kind of value, doesn't there? So today is a catch-up episode. Doesn't need to be a great deal of value in today's episode because we're just catching up. It's been 4 weeks. There should be plenty to talk about. We've got a lot of new things. I know you guys like to look at all my gadgets and gizmos. I've got a Keepy Hottie box. So you remember my Keepy Hottie bags? The ones that I used to have. They were the cool bags that I used to just nuke my meals in the microwave and then chuck them in there and they stayed relatively hot. Well, that's fine if you're going to be eating them within the hour or the 2 hour period, but I've started taking my meals with me a bit further afield. Again, I've ate cold meals. I've ate cold meals for 10, 15 years as I've been prepping food for a long time, but I don't enjoy it that much. I prefer it when it's hot. So I've bought a Keats Box Go, it's called. 130 quid on Amazon, bit of a hefty price tag. I did think it was going to be a bit of a waste of money, but I thought I'd try it anyway. Best 130 quid I've ever spent, guys. I've got my pre-workout meal in it just now, heating up because I'm eating it on the road. So I'll be ready for 12:15, sorry. And we'll be catching up when I'm eating that so I can show you the box. But for now, it's time to go and bounce. I've got an 1.5-hour drive to Cumbernauld. The only shite thing about that gym is the fact that it's so far away from me, guys, because see if I could get there every single day, one, my physique would progress better, just because there's a better array of kit there than what I've got available locally to home. I want to say it's a bodybuilder's gym. It's not really. It is, but it's not. Like, you could really progress in bodybuilding in there, but it's also got a big functional fitness suite. It's got a lot of lifestyle stuff as well, so it's a very good gym. That one and the Stirling one. I just wish it was a bit closer, but we're not. But we're still going this week. I'm going to try and get there every couple of days, actually, or every day, every couple of days. We'll see how we get on. But today we're going there for legs, so follow along and pay attention, and you might learn a couple of things, guys. And if we have time, we will do the creamy when I get home. Peace. I actually meant to touch on the show in that last clip, in the introductory opening scenes of the latest YouTube. I was supposed to touch on the Amateur Olympia because I don't believe I closed it off. So again, I forgot. There was 19 guys in my class, as you will know if you follow my Instagram, but there was 19 guys in the class. It was absolutely stacked out his brains. Like, it's not like your local amateur shows where there might be 8 guys in the class and 3 of them are on and the other 5 look like they potentially could be dieting for a little bit longer and stuff. Like these shows, these pro qualifiers, pretty much everybody's on. And the Amateur Olympia, like every single guy in the lineup looked good, looked great. My goal, and I said this in the previous YouTubes as well, I really just wanted to stand up there and solidify myself as a top tier classic athlete by potentially getting in the top 5. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be in the first call out, and we got the first call out. I didn't know I got the first call out. The first call out was shouted, and I never heard my number. I was the first number to be shouted, and I never even heard it somehow. So I'm standing there, and everybody walks out. Sam, he was in the top 5. There's a guy, Johnny, he was top 5. The Polish guy who won Ireland, Alex, he was top 5. And then Morris, the German guy, top 5. So there was the 4 of them standing there, and I'm standing watching, thinking, why is there only 4? But then Steve Weinberger, who was the head judge, he's the Olympia judge, he was the amateur Olympia judge as well, he started shouting them through their poses, and I just thought, oh well, I've missed it. I was gutted. I was absolutely gutted. And then I heard, wait, where's number 51? Whatever my number was, I can't remember what my number was, but he shouted on me, and I looked down and seen my number, and I thought, that's me, and he says, come on, you're meant to be here. So I got out in the first call out, late, better late than never, ran us through our poses, moved me in a touch, swapped me with Sam, moved me in closer than Sam, and Sam actually, as he was moving to the outside, said, on your cell, Gabba. So that was a good little boost for me. Thought I was finally going to beat Sam. And then they moved Sam to the other side, then they moved Sam in a bit, and then they moved me out a bit again, swapped me with John. So they done a good round of comparisons, to be fair. I don't think there was an awful great deal in the top 5, to be honest. I don't think it was miles and miles apart. I think we all had good physiques. Everybody that was there deserved to be there, and I couldn't really have shared the stage with a better bunch of guys. Ended up getting 5th, which, man, out of 19 guys on a worldwide stage at the biggest amateur show you can do, in my second year in Classic, my second year in pro qualifying shows, I would say I was pretty happy with that result. So we know what needs to be done. I've got a little bit of weight that I can still add to the cap. I need a bit more arms, a bit more delts, a bit more chest, and a bit more back, and a bit more hamstrings. So my quad training has been heavily reduced. I'm only training quads now every 9 days, and I am doing push and bicep to bring up my arms, pull to bring up my arms and back, and then we've got hamstrings, delts, and arms instead of legs on the 3rd session. Then we're having a rest day, then we're back to the same thing again, push and bicep, number 2, pull, number 2, and then delts, hams, and hamstrings, number 2. Then we're back to rest, then we're back to push, then pull, 1 again, and then legs. So it's every 9 days I'm going to be hitting quads. Today is a quad session, today is a leg day, so because there's only 1 leg session every 9 days, and I only have literally 2 sets, 4 sets of quads, so I've got 1 set of leg press, 1 set of hack squat, and 2 sets of leg extension. That's it, 2 sets of calves, and then some arms. So because it's such a small session, I do try to leave nothing on the table, and then with that happening, I end up putting myself in a box. It's only 1 set, but my accuracy is pretty good at this point, so I can still bury myself in 1 set, so I need to be mindful. I'm still lean, I'm still not on the biggest amount of food. I mean, my food's by no means low, but I'm not peak off season yet, so my recovery capabilities are still down. I'm only just starting off season, supplements have just went back in, so I need to remember that, because I can take my sets too far, and I do take my sets too far often. I need to remember that. That's the update on the show. That's what happened. I'm absolutely buzzing with a 5th place. Never thought I'd say that, but we never got any wins this year, none at all. And I'm not even pissed off anymore. I was at the time, I was gutted. But right now, I can just see it as progression. So again, we get better, we come back, we improve, we don't lose, we win, or we learn. Next year, there will be more winning and less learning, hopefully. Okay then, so it's pre-workout meal time, and you are going to see the extravaganza, the Heats box go, and it's roasting right now. So you can see that light, maybe you can't. It's green, that means it's ready to go. If we look at the little app, which I have linked to my phone, Heats box tells you here that the heating process will start at 11 and that the current temperature is at 45 somehow when I set it to 75. But it was supposed to be ready for, oh no, it's at 75, it's just updated. So it's perfect, it's at the perfect temperature for me to eat it now. But first things first, guys, first thing is first. You see my supplements in the lid. So what we've got going in pre-workout today is one 500mg magnesium, trained by JP, 250mg elemental in there. We have one Digest Pharma Pro, trained by JP Nutrition. Digestive enzymes help me digest my meal. And then we have two Ensure, a little bit berberine, GDA, glucose disposal agent, will help me shuttle some carbohydrates into the muscle cells without the need for insulin to be so present. And then we get cracking. Feast your eyes on my hot meal. Do you see the steam dripping off the lid? So it's a way to keep your meals hot if you don't like eating them cold, and it's very, very good. AO10 for 10% off with Heatsbox Pro. Machine setup. Any leg curl, seated curl, lying curl. You want the pad halfway up your calf, or just below halfway. That's what I like it anyway. I feel like I can get a lot more power behind it and get a much better contraction than if it's down in my Achilles heel. You want your feet pointing straight up to the sky. Straight lines, guys, straight lines, always. Keeps the pressure off your joints, keeps the pressure off connective tissue, stacks it through the muscle. And then, this bit here, get it down as much as you can so that tension's on here. My legs are fully stretched and the machine's not bottoming out. Toes up to the sky. You don't really want to have any extension or flexion through your spine. Try and keep your spine as neutral as you can. Don't push away from the machine, just hold on to the handles, get yourself comfortable. 3, 2, 1, and contract. Keep your rib cage down and tucked. Now, the equipment here in Cumbernauld, it's all pretty good equipment, right? So this one here, the seated leg curl, Nautilus piece of kit, inspiration. Way that the cam is set up on this machine, the actual loading drops off as you move into the short position. So as your muscle gets weaker, the actual machine changes the resistance profile of the movement as your muscle gets weaker. So it totally aligns with the strength curve of the muscle, which is just banging, really. So you definitely want to be utilising kit like this if you get the opportunity. Again, you'll notice I don't do too many feeders. The reason for that is just I don't like to take too much out of the tank before I move into my top working sets. So I know that I've got a rep range of 10 to 15 to catch here. I got 4 reps there and they were pretty easy. So I'm going to take 82 for a little spin, which is 9 kilos heavier than that last weight. And I think that's going to be a pretty good weight to go with. Obviously I do have my logbook here, guys, before anybody pipes up. But because I don't train in this gym every session, the numbers in my book from the last few weeks will not align with this machine, so a bit of a guessing game on the way back up, but that's why we do feeders, isn't it? Here we go, top working set, let's go. So 12, and we stopped. Why do we stop? I'm under strict instruction this week. Next 6 sessions actually to leave 1 rep in reserve. 2 reps in reserve, which I almost forgot there. I'm quite confident there was 2 reps in reserve there, maybe just 1. 8 to 2, 12 reps. And I'm actually going to put a small tick in here because that's progression on last week. So that's good. That's very, 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 very good. I'm just going to record 1 set of each exercise so this doesn't take all day because you guys get bored watching me train. Next up, there's going to be the leg press, Gym Leco leg press. Stay tuned. So you may be wondering why I like the Gym Leco equipment so much. Here we're on the Gym Leco leg press and I'm going to show you exactly why I love it so much. So there's many, many different variations of leg presses and the majority of them don't really fit me perfectly. I've got very good range of motion in my legs and a lot of leg presses actually bottom out before I get a chance to get my quads fully stretched, which isn't ideal. So I then have to find myself adjusting the seat, sometimes putting like pads down on it. I've got very short arms as well. So sometimes the handles can be too far away, sometimes they can be too close, sometimes I end up just having to hold on to the seat. I don't generally find that a lot of leg presses have very good neck support either. Yeah, it means your spine is either slightly flexed or slightly extended, which again isn't ideal. So this one here has got a headrest, which you can jam your head against, which actually puts your spine bolt neutral. The handles, they're like, it's like someone's made this machine for me, so that's why I like it so much. Feet on the pad. This is a quad bias movement. Means I want to be hitting my quad as much as I can, which means I'm aiming for maximal knee flexion. Knee flexion just means knee going over the toe. So I want my feet as low down as I can. Ideally, you want to avoid having too much heel lift at the bottom. It's a grey area. I don't get any pain or any discomfort when my heels lift, so I don't mind them lifting a little bit because I feel like I got a better stretch on my quads. If it was sore or it hurt, I wouldn't do it. Yes, people, so that is the leg stuff done and dusted. Now moving on to a very, 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 very small 2 sets triceps, 2 sets biceps. I do not believe that there are many intensity techniques on this one. Rest pause last set on both. So 2 sets with 1 point rest pause. And just like that, we move on to the last exercise of the day, guys. And it's a tricep push down. So we're using the crane pennant, which is adjustable. And then I've stuck a couple of no I haven't. I've stuck a couple of cuffs in here. I couldn't find 2 D handles the same, and that was wrecking my head. So I used the cuffs. And actually it's allowed me to get more of a neutral grip, which is actually allowing my tricep to function in its natural plane. So it actually feels really good. Give it a bash. Let me know in the comments how you get on. That was fucking sick. Session done and dusted. Finito. Made use of the Luxura Ergo line standing sunbed as well. Had a 9-minute standing tan before I left. Now, I was telling you about my Heatbox Pro, Keepy Hottie Box, whatever you want to call it, and get a couple of funny looks, a couple of funny judgments. Why, mate? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to spend that money? Why do you need to take that to the gym? There's microwaves at the gym. Yeah, I know that. But I now have a 1 hour and 30-minute commute home. I ate my post-workout meal 45 minutes ago, which means I am going to be needing to eat my meal on the way home. I could have probably pushed it out till I got there, but what if I hit one single piece of traffic? Pre-workout meal was in there, post-workout meal was in there. You'll see that the little tub that contained my post-workout meal is now removable, so I'll get a shot of that. Next meal goes in, bing bang bush. We'll take this little lid off, because that's going to go on the tub that my post-workout meal came out. Yes, sir. Job done. Look at that. One cold meal, ready to heat. Okay, you put the box lid back on. I'm a weirdo. I like to keep the actual text at the front so that it's next to the button. You have to stretch the little lugs around here, and then once you've done that, you switch it on, and you're ready to go. That'll be hot for me when I need to eat it. Then what you do is you open up the little app, which is here, Heatbox Pro. It tells you that you can set the temperature. I'm going to set it to 85 degrees because that's where I want it. Fast heat or gentle heat. I prefer a gentle heat. If you've got the time to do it, it heats it up much nicer. And then ready by, let's do 5:45. I want to do 5:45. Heating in process, we'll start heating at 5:15 and it will be ready at 5:45. Then what you see is the light on the front of the box. Don't know if you can see it, but it goes amber. That's because it's waiting. And then all that happens is when I open this box at 5:45, it will be 85 degrees, which is almost the same temperature as when it comes out of the air fryer. So it doesn't matter where I am. If I'm home, I'm home. Don't need to use the mic. Lid goes back on the tub that's been used, and I'll chuck that back in the bag. So the other tub that's been used, and we're golden. The only shit thing, guys, about the Heatbox Pro, don't know why I keep calling it a Pro, is the only shit thing about it is it doesn't last very long. I think you get like 2 heats, maybe a third if you're lucky, but I doubt you would get 3 proper heats, especially if you've got it sitting. Like for me, obviously I went into the gym and I was in there for 4 hours, so it was sitting ticking over for 4 hours before it started to heat up. If you take it into the gym and set it up 20 minutes before you need it, you'll get a longer out the battery life. But that's why I bring this thing. So call me sad, but I bring this thing. It's an Anker power bank, and what that does is that allows me to charge this up in between heats. I will catch up with you guys very, very shortly. I am going to take this phone call. It's my little son, he's in Turkey and he is missing his father, so I will catch you very soon. Alright guys, so as promised, only because I promised, we're going to go for the Ninja Creamy. Now there is 2 Ninja Creamies, alright? This one is the small one, this one is the big one. Okay, now I've just recently upgraded. This is the new one. It's got a bigger cup. So if you have the old cups, and like me, you bought lots of cups so that they can all be ready, that's what's in that bag underneath there, because I've got 16 cups. The reason why I'm doing the tutorial tonight and not tomorrow, and the reason why I haven't sacked it, is because this is the last small cup. So as soon as this one's finished, that's going in the bag. The old machine's going to somewhere else, and then I'll be using the new one. Reason being, you'll see exactly why. This one, the reason why it all flows out the top is because I have to do something to get all the ice cream in there with the berries. This one has got the exact same amount in it, but it just looks way less. So you can get the berries in there and yet it doesn't have to have spiky hair. So this is a game changer for me. If I just start using that now, then I can't do a tutorial on this one. And this is the last one that's in the freezer. So let's crack on and let's get it done. What you will need. Inside here, what's in here? I hear you asking already. There's 50 grams of whey isolate. Personally, before anybody asks, I use Trained by JP Nutrition, Performance Isolate, and I use vanilla. Why do I use vanilla? I like vanilla. That's it. Simple as that. The reason why I use Performance Isolate, your Perform Isolate works just as well flavour-wise, but it doesn't bulk up like big ice cream. Reason being, it doesn't contain xanthan gum. So if you want to make Perform Zero ice cream, and you want it to be puffy like ice cream and last and not melt, you have to add a little bit of xanthan gum. This stuff here, Performance Isolate, if you look, already contains xanthan gum. What is xanthan gum? Well, it's a thickening agent. Can it cause gut distress? Yes, it can. Do you want lots of it? No, you don't. Is what's in 50 grams enough for me to not hurt my gut but give me good ice cream? Yes, it is. We take off the lid. Inside here, there is 200 ml of water, 200 ml of unsweetened almond milk, that is 400 ml of fluid total, 50 grams of whey isolate. You don't have to use 50, I have 50 because that's what's on my plan. You could use 30, you could use 40. You don't have to use the same amount of water either. You can use less, you can use more, you can use all almond milk. It tastes way better, but it's way fattier. Not way fattier, but 100 ml of almond milk has 1.4 grams of fat. 200 ml of almond milk has 2.8 grams of fat. So if I want to use 200 ml of almond milk, which I do, in here, I have to remove 2.8 grams of fat from my dark chocolate, which is how much? Yes, 6 grams. So I remove 6 grams of dark chocolate, I have my 200 grams of almond milk, everybody's happy. What do you do once it's in here? Okay, so we're going to go over here to the creamy. 1 Ninja Creamy blade, 1 Ninja Creamy lid. Nothing special happening here. Lid goes on. Don't ask me what way to twist it, use your knocker. Machine goes on, twist it on, and this is it. This is the setting, this is the magic setting. Light ice cream, boom. And that's it. First step, done. It's ready. Take this off, take it back to the workstation. This is where it gets funky. So, what do we have here now? Right now, in here, lid off, we've got ice cream, all right? It's full to the gunnels. Can't get any fuller. Can't get any berries in there anyway, that's for sure. All right, so what do we do? Well, check this. We take a cup. We're gonna then take a spoon and we're gonna scoop half it out. That little bit of ice cream goes in the freezer. If you don't put that little bit of ice cream in the freezer, it will melt. You don't want it to melt. You want it to stay like ice cream. Once you've done that, pop your ice cream on the scales. Add your 50 grams of frozen blueberries. They can't be fresh. If you use fresh, it will go like piss. You have to use frozen ones. I need 60 grams of whey isolate with my meal. So I'm gonna add another, how much? 10, well done, woohoo! 10 grams of whey isolate going in here. Take me up to 65. Job done. What you want to be doing from there is chucking it back inside the cup, chucking the lid back on, and then we take it back over. Once we get it back to the machine, stick it back inside, give it a little twist, and then this is the button we want to press here. Respin. Now I've tried all of the options. I've tried the mix-in feature. You end up having to run that 3 times to get it to the consistency you want because it doesn't spin very fast. I've tried the light ice cream feature again. It goes like soup because it spins too fast. The respin is perfect. So respin it 1 time, wait till it's completed. Right now, we have this. Looks kind of like ice cream, kind of doesn't look like ice cream. Is it ice cream, is it not ice cream, what is that? I don't know. Don't spin that again though, because that's what you need it to look like. From there, we're now at the point where the dark chocolate goes in. I need 10 G's. We're now back in the freezer with the non-melted cup of ice cream, and we're going to dunk that, boom, right on the very, very top. So now what you have is something that looks very similar to that. Now that's not what you see in my story. What you see in my story is what happens with this mother. So, nice, ready, steady, and work it in, guys. Just work it in. Now, it's a little bit messy. You don't have to spill it like me. It's the first time I've ever spilt it. Don't worry about getting right in there either. You have to get it right to the bottom. Look, just keep folding in, folding in, folding in. Keep pushing down in the middle. Scoop it off the sides, scoop it off the sides. Fold it into the middle again. Keep folding. Then you see all the unmixed stuff coming up to the top. Just keep folding, just keep folding, keep folding and folding and folding. And then what you'll have, once you're finished folding, is a purple dragon ice cream. Just like mine. Job done. And that is literally all there is to it. Job done. Any questions? You shouldn't have any questions, guys. I don't know if I could break that down anymore. I think a monkey will be able to follow that step-by-step guide. So in the comments, please let me know how it goes. Peace out.